Hello and welcome to Grossly Competent, the learning, development, and adulting podcast.
That does not claim to be pretty, but we will happily pretend to be slightly competent. I am your host, Steve Counsell, and I'm joined by Quasimodo's less handsome cousin, Mr. Patrick Aleshire. You like that one?
Wow. Steve, fellow Uggo, it is nice to hear your voice, but not so much to see your face.
Oh, I hear it.
Dude, we've got a week under our belt, so we're pretty much experts now.
I feel like it.
Yeah, and I feel like I can talk to you about anything. Like,
Yeah.
How often have you replaced the mirror in your house?
Oh, actually, I kind of lost count. It's okay, though.
How risky is it to drive without having a rearview mirror?
See, when I get nervous on the road, I just close my eyes. I feel like that is the most logical thing to do.
Well, speaking of randomness, with that response, tell me something completely random that you experienced this week. I mean, was it autograph at the grocery store from a family podcast? Tell a joke to yourself that fell flat?
All right. So it's interesting you bring up the grocery store thing. I have to say, besides the fact that my fantasy football team got absolutely demolished by a team that was drafted by 2 9-year-olds, there's really the only other thing I can think of that kicks the ego out of you as hard as possible is a woman at Boomers 20 some years ago that separates the two of you, you and I.
Okay, but let me jump in. Have you ever had your car broken into, CD player stolen, but all the CDs left? What does that tell you about my taste in music? I don't know.
You know that didn't actually happen, did it?
It did. And the fact that it happened at not the same night, but the same bar we talked about last week, Boomers.
Oh, wow. Why did you go back?
I was hoping to meet a fine young woman, and I did, but it did not end very well.
Clearly not. You know that whoever stole the CD player actually took a moment and reviewed. Well, I'm assuming, was it like one of those CD books from like the early 2000s? Okay, correct. Good. Yeah. You know they flipped a couple pages. They're like, what's this indie rock? Get out of here. Like, where's my Lil Wayne? Actually, it wasn't even never mind. That's fine.
It might have been a, pop rock hits burn CD, but I definitely know they went through my actual CDs I purchased and they skipped over everything.
Oh, Switchfoot. Nope.
I dare you to throw this away.
They felt it was more punishing for you to have no CD player, but actually have to look at your CDs in disgust. Like, wow, there you go, champ. I love that it's at the same place. Oh my gosh. I have to compose myself here.
Okay. So I need you to tell me something else random about other than your crappy football skills. Fantasy football skills.
No, you're not wrong. They are crappy. I do legitimately have a super random story. Okay. I was at Sam's Club this past weekend by myself because my wife took my kids to go school clothes shopping. So any parents out there, you know that's a victory. Like, I get to mosey around in this large warehouse and just take my time. This is super cool. And if you haven't noticed, I'm not an introvert. Like, I will talk to anybody and just, hey, how's it going? Whatever. And it just so happened to be, I was checking out, I was doing like the self-scan thing, and this very nice employee that I've seen there time and time again, she's walking by me. I'm like, hey, how's it going? And she proceeds to stop, which is great, and she starts chatting me up. And she happens to point to my shirt. I recently went to go see the Nine Inch Nails in St. Paul, Minnesota. What? And she pointed at my shirt. And if you're familiar with the band, their logo is NIN. One of the N's is backwards. And she points, goes, what's 9? Like, okay, well, no. It stands for 9 Inch Nails. It's a concert shirt. Like, oh, take a look at the back. There's dates. And she's like, oh, wow, that's cool. Are you a groupie? Now,
huge groupie.
Well, you know that I'm gross looking, so I'm already not a groupie. It just really blew my mind. It actually took me a second to kind of respond to her, but I just laughed like, no, I just like the band, and she like barely let me respond, kind of like I do to you all the time, Patrick. And she goes, "Oh, I used to be a groupie once." I'm like, "Oh." She goes, "Yeah, to Enrique Iglesias. Are you familiar with this?"
Yes.
So I'm wearing a 9 Inch Nails shirt, but I do know who Enrique Iglesias is. And I'm like, I do know. And then she just butts right in. She's like, yes, I used to go on his private jet. He would take me to his houses. And one time I asked for him to give me a kiss on the cheek because I needed to leave. And that was the last time I saw Enrique Iglesias. Like, what? So I was like taken aback by that. And all I'm thinking is, whoa, although Enrique Iglesias may not be my bag, I'm going to go eat this giant bag of veggie straws in the car and just contemplate the fact that I'm never going to be as cool as you. Like, whoa, okay. I'm not having any form of celebrity approaching me and be like, give me a kiss. That's not happening. But as if that wasn't enough to just slam my ego into the ground, another coworker that's like right next to her turns, points to me and says, "Is that a 9 Inch Nails shirt?" I'm like, it is. She goes, "Oh, God, I hate that band." And then just goes and does her job. Just does her job. Yep. So that was my randomness for the weekend. How about you?
That, Steve.
I should probably mention. I'm sorry. This woman, both women, were like in their 50s, 60s.
Okay.
I am not. I am all of 41, and just having that interaction was just incredible. Just incredible. I'm sorry. Please, I want to hear about your awesomeness.
You know, I think that story was incredible. I am channeling my little a little bit of inner Tommy boy here. That was awesome.
For them, not my ego. Yep.
Well, hey, I feel better now. The fact that, hey, someone broke in my car, stole the CD player, didn't steal my CDs, yet you wore one of your favorite band's T-shirts. And all you got was a, "God, I hate that band."
And the disdain in her voice, like, gross. All right, you have to have something. If you brought up randomness, I need to hear your randomness.
It's something, you know, it just kind of comes down to, before I get into the details, this kind of the gist of like a common sense / common courtesy thing. So it's an experience. This happened about a week ago, within the last week. And I have this outside my apartment complex. I am in the Milwaukee downtown area. I have a parking spot. It is right outside the building where I reside. It's a great spot. The signs at my spot and all the other spots around me are clear as day. Says private parking. You know, do not park here.
Yeah.
Get a ticket or towed. Just kind of to just remind people like, hey, these are not freebie spots. I came back from doing some errands the other day, and the Spectrum truck, so internet TV service, was actually parked right in my spot. Now, there are a couple spots next to me that were open. People were probably at work. Both sides just parked right in mine. So I grumbled a little bit, but I'm chill, thinking, okay, he's clearly not around. I don't know where they are. There's 600 some units in this whole complex, so I'm not going to be able to find him. But you know what? I'm going to leave him a little note. Just hey.
Oh no.
Yeah, just just kind of a
oh boy,
somewhat of a calm note. So I had a piece of paper with me in the car, and I wrote, "This is a paid," underlined a couple times, "parking spot," and just put on his windshield. Just to
oh boy. Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I then went like, all right, well, I gotta walk the dog as it is. So I'm gonna go upstairs, get the dog, and then we'll go out for a walk and I'll figure it out when I get back. As I'm in my apartment, I look out the window and the gentleman is at the truck. I'm like, oh, perfect. Hopefully I'll catch him when I get back downstairs. As I go outside, I notice it is a younger gentleman. So I'm thinking like early to mid 20s.
Oh, a punk. I'm kidding.
He is walking now towards the building again as I'm coming out.
Oh, yeah.
So I start to approach him, thinking he probably didn't see my note because I said to him, hey, just to FYI, you parked in private parking and you happen to be in my spot. And he goes, oh, well, I'm just installing something upstairs, at apartment, blah, blah, blah. It's like, that's great. I'm glad you have work in this society. However, you are parked in my spot. So I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need you to move your car. And he got like a little disappointed. I'm sorry.
Was he disappointed or was he actually snippy?
He felt a little more disappointed. Like,
okay,
I have to move my car now. Like, sorry to inconvenience you during the workday. I'd like to park in my spot that I pay for.
Yeah.
And I remind him there's plenty of free spaces on the street. There's 2-hour free parking all around here. Otherwise, you can pull up along. We have a long driveway on my apartment complex. So you can pull the drive-through off to the side, just not right there. And he did. It just okay. But I just don't know what made him think, this guy's gone. I'm gonna park right here.
Who's this chump? The only thing I would make this better is if he spelled paid wrong, because you were aggressive with the the underlining and whatnot. You're like Payed. It's like
it's PAD,
all right? Yes. So he just moved and then everything was good?
Yeah. It's just
all right.
Something I kind of just laughed it off. Hey, like, come on, man.
Yeah. It's common sense. And you said it's clearly marked, right? Like, okay. Yeah. Very random. I feel like younger kid, probably just in a hurry, and you called him out. You have officially joined that club of I get to be an aggressive elder.
Man, kids, get off my lawn. I don't have a lawn.
Yeah.
The curmudgeon in me was
stay off my concrete jungle steps.
Exactly.
So what you're telling us is that we are not being sponsored by Spectrum anytime soon.
No, I'm so sorry. Sorry.
Oh, well, that's okay, I guess. Well, we didn't want other sponsors. It's fine. It's totally fine.
Just wait till we get to our sponsor later. It is a
good
heck of a grab. I will say that.
All right. You have reminded me that we are actually doing a podcast. So in this case, there has to be a topic. We should probably get into that. I actually have to admit, I'm really excited to talk to you about this because this is a topic that's really near and dear to my heart because I don't know what it is. I love psychology. Like, I love trying to get into that nitty gritty of why do people do this? Like, why do people park in spots that have signs that clearly say, don't park here, dude. You didn't pay for it. No.
I'm drooling.
No, I do mean it though. I love that kind of stuff. I love psychology. I love getting into that kind of stuff. And I feel like, and correct me if you've had other experiences, but I feel like this specific topic is something that inevitably and organically comes up whenever learning and development folks talk to other learning and development or educator, or it doesn't matter, somebody that teaches something for a living. And that is talking to people in different industries that you maybe don't have experience in, and how do you garner that trust? Like, how do you overcome that elephant in the room when they're all looking at you like, well, Patrick, you are disgusting, but also how am I supposed to listen to you when I know you don't really have a ton of experience in this industry? So it's something I thought would be a great thing to talk about, because I feel like if anybody starts in this industry, the learning and development, really, quite frankly, anything, anybody out there listening, even if you're not in learning and development, you're in a different line of work and you're starting in an industry for the first time, you have to overcome that. How do you garner that trust? Because some industries are really hard to break into. So I would actually love to hear, how do you handle that? How do you handle building that trust in like training sessions, or just how you interact with people? If you have tips or tricks or pranks or whatever, or quite frankly, you might think it is just all bullshit. And it's like, just be an adult and listen to me because I'm on your side and I'm not the enemy. So with that, I kind of want to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, that's great questions there that you asked. And first and foremost, I usually start off with ridicule.
Oh, good.
The more you talk down to people and belittle them, the more submissive they are and tend to respect you for your confidence.
I completely agree. If you can't walk in with an iron fist, you've already lost them.
Yeah. It's worked out well. It's either that, or sometimes I completely lie my way through it and making up as I go.
Oh, even better.
But in all honesty, Steve, again, this is a fantastic topic. It's something that you have to consider fairly regularly when preparing for an upcoming training session. You mentioned, different industries that you might be working with. It could be different departments or divisions just in your own corporation or company. So it goes beyond just the different scope there. When I start a training session as a facilitator, after I go over basic ground rules and expectations for training, I share a slide with participants that welcomes them to the brave zone. Essentially the same thing as a safe space, but we like to kind of take it a step further, which allows people to be vulnerable and authentic if they choose to be in that space.
Sure.
So again, at my organization, one big thing we say is we want everyone to be their fully authentic selves. Okay.
Yeah.
But not everyone wants to be fully authentic. And that's okay. We just want you to be okay with being yourself at the workplace.
Yeah, absolutely.
So a couple of points that I tend to emphasize, which I think goes a long way. It's a life lesson too, not just for at work, but it's to keep an open mind and consider different points of view.
Absolutely. I love that. I actually really like this idea. I'm sorry to interrupt, but
no.
I think it's something very basic in that it's almost so simple that it's easily overlooked. That simplicity of come just as you are. You don't have to have that like social anxiety of, oh my gosh, if I ask the question, am I going to look dumb? Yep. Or what's this guy going to say about me? I think being able to say, hey, you know what, we're all human. Let's just have some fun and try to learn something. How's that sound, you guys? And it sounds kind of like what you're getting at with this, bravery. Absolutely. I love that idea.
And I try to model it sometimes too, because there's going to be, so for example, if I'm doing leadership training, I know the content, I know the topic, I know how to answer questions based on the training. But if someone were to ask me a job specific question about their role, whether it's in like IT or engineering, I don't know. And I'm not expected to know. So it goes back to the teaching days, Steve. Kids, so great. When a third or fourth grader asks you a question and you go, I don't know, their jaws like hit the floor. Mr. Aleshire doesn't have all the answers. And I would say, that's a good question to go ask your mom and dad. Tell me tomorrow what they told you. I would tell the kids that like, hey, Mr. Aleshire doesn't have all the answers. And that's okay, because I'm not expecting you children or you attendees of this course to have all the answers too.
Yeah.
So, I tend to, in the training sessions, I facilitate, I remind the participants that I am here to share information that is relevant to their role, that I do not expect them to necessarily agree with everything that is being shared, that I allow questions, comments, and feedback during the session when appropriate, which helps build some of that trust.
Yeah.
Since part of my day job is facilitating leadership training, as I mentioned, I am discussing important skills to be a good leader. And they know that I'm not there to tell them how to do their job. And I think when the audience senses my passion and excitement for the topic that I'm facilitating, and they see that I truly do want to be there, that helps put them at ease as well.
Oh, sure.
I also don't hesitate to share examples from my own work experience. And I will say not too often. I am a talker like you, as we talked about before. And this doesn't need to be the Patrick show, right? To all these stories. I want them to get the most out of that training. So I will share examples when it's relevant, when it makes sense. But it's not, early days of training. I'm sure I was probably, sharing way too much. But I really start to hone it in and let the group, be the ones that can share.
Yeah.
And it especially helps out to that point of sharing my own experience when I can tell that the group is a little hesitant to share themselves.
Yeah, be the example.
Get the floodgates open a little bit.
Sure.
So what about you, Mr. Counsell?
Well, I actually think it's really awesome that you say that about like where you'll share things about yourself. I do the same thing. If you can't tell, I like to have fun. I like to joke around. And I have no problem being self-deprecating if it means that like other people, genuinely, like I'll make fun of myself. Like sometimes I will, even if I have like a whiteboard or something, like I'll write something wrong deliberately. Now the cat's out of the bag. Everybody knows this. But I'll do that deliberately in the hopes that somebody will call me out on it, which kind of breaks that ice of like, oh, okay, this guy is human too. And he's going to make mistakes. So that means I totally can. Like, that's all right. But I will be sparing on how I do that, though, because if I sense that the audience is like, who's this chump? I've been doing this for 30 years. You're not going to tell me anything new. Sure. I might pull back on that because the last thing I want to do is like discredit myself further just for like, you feel good about me though, right? Like in that case, I'll take different approaches.
Do you ever take the mask off?
No. Oh my God.
Making them comfortable or uncomfortable?
No. I'll never take off my mask because I need them to stay in the room. Yeah. Or like, yeah. It would be really awful if I am just spending 3 hours just cleaning up just puke because they saw this. I know you're listening audibly, but I am waving towards my face.
Quick side quest. This reminds me of a student I had in my class who did get sick. I was teaching second grade at the time, and it was one of those like, hey, I don't feel good, walks up to my desk. I immediately grab the garbage can because I look at her face and like, oh, this is coming real soon. So a little bit of projectile, not fun, but and I'm thinking back to this story now that I'm retelling it again. I believe her temperature was 98.9. I think it was, she just got sick because of me. Man. But I'm sorry, I digress.
No, you do have that effect. That makes sense. Well, you mentioned telling the stories. Have you ever seen it where that backfires on someone?
Oh yeah.
Like, have you ever witnessed that? I remember I was so I was in the pest control industry for a lot, like 13 years. Wow. And I went to this pest control conference. I know you're jealous.
Wow.
I know.
Did you meet
kind of a big deal.
of Pest Incorporated?
No. No. So Purdue University in Indiana, they run like an extensive entomology program. Believe it or not. Yes. So shout out.
Very cool.
They have a conference every year, and it's like a big deal. And I remember I was sitting in on this gentleman's presentation. He was a representative from a pesticide company, like products and whatnot.
Sure.
And what really makes me remember this is he was talking about a specific product that his company had made that you could use indoors. And what really hit me is that he said, this is totally safe to use, and that he uses it around his kids.
Oh,
okay. So I say that now it's interesting because you don't even have that experience and you're like, oh, okay, that's interesting. My pest control peeps out there know that there are two things you never associate with pesticide, and that is the word safe to use. It is safe to use, but you're talking about a product that's designed to kill things, right? Like, so you have to be careful. Safe sounds like I put a safety pin on this so you don't poke your finger. Not, please don't lick the baseboards when I'm done treating them. Like, I do it in my own house. Like, it's okay. That's all right. And the other thing is, you never want to use it around like kids, pets, nothing like that. Like, you want them to stay away because kids and pets are curious. So instantly my mind is like, whoa, those are some bold statements, man. After his presentation, and he was a really nice guy, great presentation, very personable, to the point that after the fact, there were quite a few people that walked up to him. They wanted to chat with him and whatever. And I just wanted to talk to him about this product. But there was a guy in front of me chatting with him, just small talk, nothing crazy. And he said something along the lines of, oh, yeah, by the way, how old are your kids? And I kid you not, the presenter looked at him and was like, what kids? And instantly I'm like, oh, he made that up. If he made that up, then what else did he make up or embellish? Like, if you're going to lie to a group of, I don't know, 100 people, you would better make sure that you're A, telling the truth, or keep your story straight. Like, it was bonkers. I really wish I could remember the name of the company, but who knows? Maybe they'll be a sponsor someday. So strap in. Yeah. So you know what? I'm actually kind of curious. We are all guilty of doing things time to time. And now I'm not trying to get you in trouble. Have you ever lied or like done something like that? Just like gain some street cred? Like, yeah, I've totally done that. And you're in your head, you're like, please don't call me out on that.
I've actually been lying this entire episode.
What?
I haven't worked in L&D in 3 years, man. I'm actually jobless. I'm jobless at the moment. Speaking of, how's the? I was going to ask you about this off the air, but how's the cash flow with our podcast? Are we making bank yet?
Oh, we actually have quite a bit of listeners. We have listeners from all over the country, and even one that is from across the great ocean in the land of Tokyo. And I swear to you, it's true. According to our stats, it said Tokyo. I'm not entirely in the belief that this wasn't just like a VPN thing. But I choose to believe that because I think that sounds awesome. But for the rest of you folks from, let me see who's here, Iowa, Montana, Illinois, Oregon, and of course, Wisconsin. That's where we are from. Don't hate, discriminate. If I forgot you, I'm so sorry, but thank you for listening. And on top of that, Patrick, we are still very in the red and broke. Mm-hmm. Oh. No, it's cool though. Don't worry about it. It's cool.
But to your stories though, too, it does give you kind of an appreciation for when times go well, and you feel that you are, being the truth is being to you versus what kids.
Oh gosh, yeah.
A about trust, I would say, with trust though, like how that for me, what sticks out is experience I had about a little over a year ago.
Oh, wow.
I was working out at a local gym, getting swole, as the kids say.
Yes.
Swole. Yeah. Is that still a thing?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. I had a, well, I'm going to call him a kid. He was probably, again, in early 20s, mid 20s, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Came up to me. Didn't see him coming, just kind of off to the side and my peripheral vision. And I hear hey, Patrick, right? And I immediately looked at him and it was like, damn, I have no idea who this guy is.
Oh, no.
I feel bad because he knows my name.
Sure.
And he says, I remember you from Potawatomi. Former employee there. Great environment there.
The casino, I'm assuming.
The casino, yes.
Okay. Because it's also a hotel now, too, correct?
That is correct. Yep.
Okay.
I don't know the official name now. I think Potawatomi Hotel Casino or something around those lines.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, great employer. I have nothing bad to say about them. I left that job because the role I'm in now was just dangled in front of me like a carrot. And
oh, wow.
It was a tasty carrot. So I'm glad I made the switch, but I had to say. So turns out this guy knew me from there. So he said, I remember you from Potawatomi. You gave us a tour on the casino floor and you were pretty funny.
Okay.
My head just exploded.
Yeah. No, now you are lying. No.
So I was in that role. I did orientation. So we had a little bit of background. We had 3 of us on the team doing orientation. We would do 2 full days. They always employees coming in. It's a huge company, hotel, casino, like you said. So Monday, Tuesday, 8 hours orientation both days, and then they go to their job. They go to their role. And then Wednesday, Thursday, we got a new group coming in. So one of the second day of each, so the Tuesday, Thursday were tour days of the casino. So I was taking them on the casino, walk them around, and so I told the guy, I said, well, I appreciate that. And, thanks for saying hi, kind of just leaving it at that. Fortunately, he kept talking. So I didn't feel bad about not knowing his name because he didn't, introduce himself. And I was like, okay. So he said, sure. Yeah, man, I ended up getting fired.
Hey, you did such a great job with your onboarding. That's amazing. Oh boy.
Apparently I forgot to tell him all the details. So I said, I'm really, sorry to hear that. And he says, well, it was my bad. Okay. Are you going to go on? I don't need the details, but he decided to keep going. I remember exactly what you said on the tour. Whatever you do, anytime you're working out on the floor, do not touch the slot machines. Not a hand, not a finger. Oh. I know it's tempting out here with the lights, the sounds, but just don't do it. And he said, sure enough, one day, a few weeks after, I was in my role, I was walking on the floor and was just, walking past, doing my job. I think he was probably like security or something. And he was a floor assistant out there, and he was walking with his, just a typical walk. And I think he just put his hand across the machines, just a natural thing. Put your hand out, whatever.
Absolutely.
And no one was at that machine, but still, it doesn't matter. You don't touch the machines. So the person that was sitting in the machine had gone to the bathroom. They came back and they realized that their whatever dollar amount that was supposed to be in there had changed. So I don't know what hit or whatever.
No.
So of course, they probably knew what happened. Someone came and played my machine. I mean, I don't know if they were a regular or what. So they went to go complain. They looked at, there's cameras all over that place.
Oh God, yeah.
Let me tell you, if you're planning to do something stupid, don't do it at Potawatomi. So anyways, the poor guy ended up losing his job because he admitted to it and everything. And it's a policy, you can't touch the machines.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a sticky situation. I think we'd all do something like that at some point. You're just not thinking, no. Oh, poor guy. I'm really sorry to hear that. Gosh, that's wild.
Yeah. So, speaking of trust building, though, sometimes building trust comes down to speaking the absolute truth and reminding the participants that you're on their side. As you alluded to earlier, you mentioned that, this is this is what it is, right? Depending on what industry you're in or who your audience is, I'm here to pass along. It could be a message. The training was required. We like to say voluntold. Sometimes employees at my job are voluntold to go to the training. I am like, don't come after the messenger. I'm just here to, provide the information that was requested. I'm excited about it. I want you to be involved with it and to be and I'm going to make it as fun as possible. And so I kind of skipped over your first question. I apologize because I was really excited about that story, but
no,
to answer your question, I don't know if I've actually fully lied to a group, but I will occasionally share an example, and I might just change the date or the time to make it relevant to the course. So I might say last week I was actually, when it may have been 2 years ago, but fortunately no one has actually fact checked me. And if they did, I would probably get nervous and remember this conversation and be like, I'm sorry, I was at home licking the baseboards. Just go off topic. And
unreal. Okay, so on that, where you said that like change the date or something. Okay, that I can totally get behind. Like, I don't even consider that really lying. You are lying, but like, it's a small fib, I guess. In just that, in my head, this is the way that I sell that to myself. That you're just changing, the time. This was 3 years ago to this week or last week or something like that, as like positive recency bias. Like, you want them to be like, oh wow, that happened recently, so therefore it is important to what we're talking about right now. Like, that makes sense to me. It feels weird if you're to be like 700 years ago, like that woman in Titanic that's like, that was 84 years ago, right? Like, there was plenty of room on the door, Rose. Just move. Just move over, would you? Like, it's okay. I digress.
There's room for everyone on here. It was like, it kind of reminds me of like Seinfeld. Can you spare a square?
Yes. Yeah. And go ahead.
No, just to say, Steve, like, it is very, and honest to God, like, it is very few and far between where I feel I actually need to tell that fib, because I feel the examples I share, there's just, we've both lived, and so it's not that difficult to find something that's relatable to the content. So I would say, let's say even 95% of the time, I just have to pick and choose what I find is most relevant.
Definitely.
I've been in training with my manager, and sometimes she'll come observe, and I'll, sometimes go up to her, at the break or whatever afterwards. And she's really good with just giving me the, hey, this went really well, and here's some tips or whatever. But sometimes I'll say, I was trying to catch myself. I feel like I was telling too many stories. And she's like, oh, you pick the good ones,
Yeah.
And so I think it's just important to do that too, to make sure that the content is relevant, but also that it's focused on the course and the attendees of that course as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think you kind of nail it in that we are fortunate. We've been doing this long enough that we have this bank of experience that we can draw from. And I think the individuals that are either just starting in their industry or even starting in learning and development or training to some capacity, you may feel like that's a good idea. Like, well, maybe I'll just kind of embellish my credentials a little bit. I can't recommend against that harder. Like, don't sell yourself as something you're not, because you need to be genuine. And in my opinion, that's the most important thing about any trainer that I've ever went to, like a conference, or if I've been in some form of like an educational course. How genuine is the individual talking to me? And you said it earlier, as a teacher of elementary kids, they know when you're not being honest, and they might not be able to call you out for it, but as adults, we can smell that bullshit from a mile away. Like, yeah, no. And like, you want a fast way to lose all of your street cred, like that's a great way to do it. And if you think adults don't talk to each other about that, like, yeah, I went to this training that this Steve Counsell guy did. You wouldn't believe the crap he lied about. Like, they talk so much. Like, they'll tell all the things. They'll focus on that. You could tell them, like, the world is sunshine and rainbows, and at the end of this presentation, I'm going to give you $50. But I guarantee all they'll focus on is, you didn't tell me the truth at the very middle, and that's all I took away. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You should call me out on that. Good for you. Okay, I need to do better next time.
Yeah, so, completely agree 100% there. And I think someone that is getting into the field too, just as you said, stick with what you know. Mm-hmm. You're better off sticking with the truth. I mean, it's like trying to talk circles in an interview, right? Like,
yes.
And then we could have a whole episode on that. But
oh my gosh, yeah.
When you start fumbling and you start mumbling and bumbling, it's easy for that person. And I've been on the other side of it on a panel.
Sure.
And you can you can tell it's now the nerves are kicking in and this story is kind of going sideways like mine tend to do.
Yes.
But yeah.
No. Yeah, I would agree with you. It's kind of like when you have a drunk that is trying to reason with you and they're thinking this is the smartest, most logical argument ever. And all you hear out of them is like, no, birds aren't real. You're like, but they are.
You know what is real? Our sponsor this week.
Oh, good. Yes, please stop me from talking. I want to know who our sponsor is. I'm really excited.
Well, this was a huge get. This episode is sponsored by photosynthesis. You know, that thing plants do when they turn sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide into food. Basically free DoorDash from the sun. Photosynthesis, keeping plants alive, which keeps animals alive, which keeps you alive. You're welcome. Without it, there'd be no trees, no flowers, no salads, and worst of all, no coffee.
Ooh.
That's right. Every bean you've ever sipped owes its entire existence to photosynthesis, putting in the work. It's clean, it's green, and unlike your gym membership, it's been consistent for billions of years. So the next time you breathe out carbon dioxide, just remember, you're not polluting, you're feeding a leaf. Photosynthesis, quietly running the planet since forever. Now, back to the podcast. Best enjoyed while sitting near a window, letting your houseplants judge you.
I absolutely believe my houseplants judge me. They actually probably judge my wife more than me. They're like, I know you're grabbing a glass of water. Do you think you could maybe spare one every 6 weeks for me? Just maybe. But what my wife, as dear and sweet as she is, does not realize is I water those plants behind her back. Because otherwise they'd be dead. And I'm not even very good at it. I'm going to be completely honest. Well, thank you so much to that sponsor.
Yes.
Wow. That's great. If you can make that check payable out to... Nope, that's all good. It's all good. Well, do we have a dedication this fine week?
We do.
Ooh,
we're gonna go back to the I was gonna say the Wheel of Death, but that is not accurate. It is the Wheel of Opportunity for the dedication. And now, wanted to thank Olivia again from last week.
Yeah,
that could be her name. I don't know. I didn't get any email this week. I don't know if you did. So maybe she's hesitant to reach out. It could take time.
Yeah,
but. If not, if it wasn't Olivia, we're going to spin again and hopefully nail the right person this time.
Yeah, we really hope that we are at some point in time able to thank this wonderful woman that gave us the opportunity to create the club in which Patrick and I are the sole members.
Yes.
I still stand that maybe as things progress, we open the doors to the public. I don't know. Maybe there's a membership to it. I don't know. We'll find out. But I really want to thank this woman for being so near and dear to our hearts. Plus, it would be really nice to collect that rent that she owes from living in my head for the last 20-some years.
Can you imagine the back pay on that?
Oh,
man.
Gosh.
What is weekly therapy times 52 weeks in a year times 20? Yeah. So
that'd be pretty nice.
Said, I'm going to hit the spinner.
Yay!
We're going to let things go. Click to spin now. We're going around. Going around. It is landing on Lily. Lily. Lily.
Oh, Lily. Seriously, thank you. I hope it's you. I hope you're the one. And if not, we always have next week. But this is your moment to shine, Lily. You are being recognized by Grossly Competent. How great is that? Oh, just the gift that keeps on giving.
It is.
Oh, that is so wonderful. Well, Patrick, do you have anything more you'd like to add to our topic?
You know, Steve, I want to say that this is a very exciting topic. And I feel it could be something we readdress again.
Yeah.
It is a topic that you could go on all day about. But I think that building trust, and this is something I was actually learning the other day in doing some research on emotional intelligence, which I am in the process of getting certified.
That's cool.
Yeah. And I think that trust goes not only with the audience that you're speaking with, but also the teams that you work on. The friends that you have in your life, the family, it's not just the classroom. So I think when you have those skills and you're able to build that trust, in whatever relationships those are, I think that really goes a long way. So I'm glad we were able to touch one of the first topics we hit. I think it's a really important one to start with.
I definitely agree. I feel like there's so much that I still want to talk about, but I respect our listeners and I don't want to take up too much of their time. I think we do have to have a part 2, because I know we talked a lot about like, how do you gain trust as you're starting in an industry, but then I'm curious about how do you garner trust with those groups that are really entrenched? Like, you're the outsider, you're coming in, they have the experience, and they are not ready for you to encroach on their territory. This whippersnapper is not telling me how to do my job, or they're not going to tell me anything I've never heard in the last 15, 20, 30 years.
And
those are tough.
It could be a challenging environment where they say, and we've all heard this phrase before, but they say, well, we don't do it that way, or this is the way we've always done it. But you're brought in to give a new perspective, some some fresh ideas. So I think us touching on that in the future would be really helpful.
I love it. That sounds awesome. Well, I figure with that, let's wrap stuff. Yeah, let's do this. So thank everybody here so much for joining us here on Grossly Competent. If you're liking this, if you like what you're hearing and you're just thinking to yourself, wow, I feel smarter and I'm more handsome compared to these two massive uggos, I would just love to support them. Like, you're in luck. You can visit us. You can visit us on Patreon. We do have that. It is patreon.com/grossly competent. And we'll have that in show notes if that interests you. You can follow Patrick and I on LinkedIn. I know Patrick is also on other socials, but I'll let him cover that for you in just a moment. I am looking at trying to get this podcast onto other socials, so just please bear with me because that's scary. And I I don't want to look like that guy on TikTok being like, "Hi, fellow kids," like that Steve Buscemi meme where he's like, "Hello, fellow teens," like, right? So I'll have all of that information in the show notes for you guys. Last but not least, if you did enjoy this podcast or this specific episode, or you go back and you listen to some of the other ones, we would just be tickled pink. You would just really tickle our funny bone if you would give us a like, hook us up with some 5-star action. I genuinely don't care what you say in the comments, even if you do comment. You're not going to hurt our feelings. So if you want to use it to air your grievances, great. Just don't test the boundaries of our imagination. That would be super nice. But we would really, really appreciate it. This is something that Patrick and I are really excited to share. And if we can grow the audience and get more people involved, I think we're really going to have something special here that we can share with everybody. Patrick, did you want to add anything to that?
No, just going to say, yes, the 5-star reviews definitely help. And if you do leave comments, it's really not a huge deal because Steve and I can't read. So.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. We are illiterate.
Don't tell our bosses. Thank you.
No, it's okay. I'm just really good at reading lips. All right. Thanks again, fellow Uggos. Greatly appreciated. Patrick, always an absolute pleasure. And we will see you all next time. Ugly out.